Trends are a great way to see what your system's doing in real time. And the best way to learn how to use trends is with some live examples. So let's just jump right in. I've already brought up the VFD Suite software, which you can download for free at AutomationDirect.com and connect it to the drive. Check out the software Quick Start video if you need a refresher on how to use the VFD Suite application. You can create a new trend by right-clicking on Trends and hitting Add, or by left-clicking on Trend and hitting the Add button up here, or the easiest way is just double-click on this new trend down here. They all bring up the same Add Trend dialog, where you just give it a name and hit OK. Double-click on the new trend to open it up. I'm going to close this event log and trip log to give us some more room. You have 8 channels available to plot whatever you want. Just enable one, tell it which device you're connecting to. We only have the one since we're connected via RS-232, and select what you want to monitor. How about the commanded frequency? You can add an offset to move the trace up and down on the graph, and you can customize the scale for each trace. We'll leave those alone for now. Let's enable channel 2, use the same drive, and let's monitor the actual output frequency. This green trace is going to be hard to see, so let's go to Settings, Channel Settings, and change the pea green color to something brighter. How about red? And let's make the line a lot thicker so it'll be easier to see in the video. And I'll go ahead and thicken up channel 2 to make it easier to see also. Hit OK. The green bar down here reminds me that I'm connected to the drive. If I wasn't, well, I would just go back to the Home tab and connect. I am connected, so I'll go back to the Graph tab and click on Start Monitor to run the trace. We see the commanded frequencies at 40 Hz, exactly what the drive is set to, and if I hit the Run button, we see the blue actual frequency ramp up to it. Hit Reverse, and we see the frequency ramp down and ramp back up. Hit the Stop button, and it ramps to 0. Click on this guy to stop monitoring. Well, that's really all you need to get started. But there's so much more to this tool. For example, this cursor, which I can just grab and move with my mouse, tells me the value of the red trace at this time. Want to measure the blue trace? Just click on him up here, and now I can take measurements on the blue trace. You can zoom out to view up to 1 hour of data, and you can zoom way in. Enable the zoom mode, and now you can grab the horizontal axis and move it around. You can see the data is being sampled once a second. That's this monitoring time, which is really the sample rate. One of the cool things about the VFD Suite is you can specify a different sample rate for the recorded waveforms. Let's change this to 2 seconds. Once you start a trend, click here to start recording. I'll mess with the drive's frequency a bit just to give us something to look at. This counter is telling us how many samples have been collected. And you can see it's incrementing every 2 seconds. To stop recording, you can hit either the Stop Recording button if you want to keep monitoring, or just hit the Stop Monitoring to stop both. The recorded data is stored at the path under Settings, Trigger Settings, Record. You can change that to whatever you want. It's saved as a CSV file, so you can bring it up in any data analysis program you have. I'll bring it up in Excel, and sure enough, we see a sample every 2 seconds for channel 1 and channel 2. Perfect. And how about this? You can trigger on an event. That is, I can start monitoring, and when the event occurs, the monitoring will stop so you can see what the conditions were at the time of the event. That way you can let processes run for a long time and just check on them periodically to see if anything happened. For example, let's trigger on channel 2, the actual frequency, hitting 30 Hz, on the rising edge. And let's automatically save a screenshot of that when it happens at this path as a JPEG. I'll start monitoring, start triggering. Raise the drive to 20 Hz. Nothing. Raise the drive past 30 Hz. Give it a few seconds. It collects several samples past the actual trigger, and yep, the monitoring stopped, and we got a screen capture saved to disk. Perfect. This is especially helpful when you're looking for intermittent things like overcurrent or overvoltage conditions. You can save this entire scope configuration and the currently displayed traces. I'll do that. I'll start monitoring to clear the screen and stop it. Now if I open a scope file, I'm right back where I was. Perfect. The Print button prints this screen area. Now I'm not sure why it turned my screen black in my version of the software, probably to format it for printing, but it's easy to fix. You just go to Settings, change the background to white, and it gets rid of it. Back in Settings, I see that the Y-axis defaults to auto scaling. If you turn that off, then you can adjust the scale of each individual trace. And this is really cool. Normally, all of your trends are plotted on this one graph. If you click on this guy, then you can create up to 8 separate graphs. I'll choose 2. Now you can move any of the 8 channels to any of the graphs you created. I'll move channel 2 to the second graph. Hit Apply, and you see the result immediately. So now I can view small signals like 3 amp currents on one graph and larger things like 300 volt bus voltages on a separate graph with different axis scalings. That's an awesome feature. You can save the screen data to the clipboard for a quick way to bring it up in your favorite image editing app. You can also save the screen directly to disk simply by clicking on one of these 3 different image format buttons. Give it a name, save. And finally, in zoom mode, you can simply draw a box around whatever you want to zoom in on. And again, while you're zoomed in, you can drag the x-axis to scroll, and you can drag the y-axis. Well, that ought to be enough to get you up and running with the trend feature of the VFD Suite software. This is an incredibly powerful feature to have available, especially since it's completely free. And again, you can download the VFD Suite software for free right now at AutomationDirect.com. Meanwhile, click here to learn more about the IronHorse ACN family of VFDs. Click here to learn about Automation Direct's free award-winning support options, and click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll be notified when we publish more videos like this one.